Hello and welcome to the first lecture of this new sections on sales and distribution in this course on pre-MBA for undergraduates. So in this new section, we're going to teach you how to do now sales and distribution to manage a business successfully. The ultimate purpose of all these functioning is to help manage a business successfully. So we will look at how can you do that if you are a sales and distribution team, part of the sales and distribution team. And we will begin in this lecture by talking about what is involved in sales and distribution, like we talked about marketing in the last section. And then we will talk about how can you make those decisions and implement them. And in this, we are going to give you an overview of these two things, right? Ready? Wonderful. So what do you think? What is involved in sales and distribution in helping a business meet its goals in terms of the sales growth, the market share, profitability, and implementing a competitive strategy? What is involved in the sales and distribution? Any thoughts? Again, it goes back to answering few questions and implementing those decisions. So there are questions about what decisions to make and then making them happen. And at the top, at a broad overall level, is the question of how will you sell and distribute your products and service? And that's a very broad question. Then there are specifics that you need to answer if you are a business to business organization. How will you convert an inquiry into sales order? Because ultimately the role of sales team is to generate orders and execute them. So how will you convert an inquiry? Now inquiry may be generated because of the demand created by marketing, and your role would be to convert that into a sales order. So how would you do that? Then you would have your current customers, right? And this, so how would you maintain and grow your current customers' business? So you have a business. So how would you maintain that and grow? Not only maintain but grow. So that's another question. In line with your pricing strategy, what price will you invoice at? And again, it would have to be aligned with marketing in terms of premium, parity, and discount, and how much. And these become more in the hands of sales when you have a B2B business. In a non B2B, a B2C business, these decisions are more taken by marketing and then you have fixed prices. But in B2B, you have variations in there. Then the even bigger question is no sale is complete till you collect your money. So how will you collect your money? In all cases, whether B2B, B2C. And finally, once you have collected the money, either before with the order or after delivery, how will you deliver your products and services to your customer? So these are the questions, decisions that you need to make in managing sales and distribution to grow your business successfully. So how would you do that is the question. So question is, how would you make these decisions and implement them? As I had started talking about these. Any thoughts on that? See, the process is a common process as we will keep using for most of the functions, but the contents are very different. Again, you need to start by defining what are your sales and distribution objectives and goals. And that's where the linkage to your business strategy happens. So as we will see later, you need to first define these goals and these needs to be linked to your business strategy. Right? Once you have defined sales and distribution objectives and goals, you need to formulate your sales and distribution strategies that will make these goals and objectives happen to help you realize those goals and objectives. Because unless you realize those sales and distribution goals and objectives, which are linked to your business strategy and business goals, how would business achieve its goals? Third, strategies are still very directional as you have come to know by now. They are more like for a long term directional. Now you cannot execute strategy without developing key action plans. So third step would be to develop key action plans. And finally, the proof of pudding will be in eating it when the rubber hits the road, in implementing the plans and monitoring whether these plans are generating and helping you meet those distribution sales objective. And if not, you need to modify whatever you are doing. If you are achieving those as goals and objectives, then you keep intensifying the work that you've done. So this is how, at a broad overview level, you make those decisions and implement them. So let's look at in more detail each of these steps, and that's what we will do in the next module, next lecture. In the next lecture, we will start talking about how to define these sales and distribution objectives so that your business is done successfully, right? So thank you so much for watching this first lecture of sales and distribution section module. I hope you're beginning to enjoy again, beginning to learn new things again. And I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture.